Dinner for shoes, please.
Hello and welcome to Dinner for Shoes. This is our new setup. We are at my boyfriend's apartment, which is now my apartment, not just his anymore. I moved in with him, but I brought all my shit. Hence this picture in the background, this lem rug, these books. Basically, everything is mine. I just took all of his furniture and I took it to the curb and I made sure that the movers just put all of mine in place. I'm kidding, I didn't do that. But there is a lot of my shit here. This couch is his. We did get rid of the other couch, sadly. I will say, if you're trying to sell a couch, Facebook Marketplace is great. I got so many bites. Questionable people, like, looked at their profiles, was trying to figure out, like, is this person legit? Can I really give this person my couch, or is it a bot? Like, do bots sit on couches? Anyway, it took a while to like narrow it down to who was going to get the couch. I discovered a real person. The real person wanted the couch. And then the person got sick on the day that they were supposed to come pick it up. So we also put the couch on the curb, and the couch is garbage now. I did bring my cats to Nick's. Well, if that wasn't perfect timing, I don't know what was. But, you know, these girls have obviously filmed quite a few episodes now, like 21, 22. They know their cues. They know their cues. They can read the cue cards, which are all over the apartment. And Kit, that was great. You did a great job. So yeah, moving in. I'm still really in the process of moving in. We really did this very slowly, which was great. I had Nick's help and he is awesome. And we had a great like moving company as well. And they did a really good job being careful with my Rigo Maggiore picture, because I told them that it's necessary for the set of Dinner for Shoes. And Dinner for Shoes is a really renowned podcast in the fashion space, and I needed to make sure that everything was spick and span. And what else? I mean, I'm really happy here. The cats have been coming here for a little while now. I like brought them here just so that they could warm up to the place, and they really do love it so much. So there are some nice, like, Nick has a porch, so there's like a floor to ceiling, like, window door situation. They like to like look outside, so that makes them really happy. And yeah, here we are, Dinner for Shoes set on lock for now. Now, this episode is pretty much about what I'm talking about, right? Because obviously it's really challenging, especially living near the city, so Hoboken, Jersey City, to move into a small space apartment, especially with another person and two cats, and not clean out your closet. And it's also the start of the new year. I feel like, you know, people tend to try to do some spring cleaning around this time, right? It's like towards the end of February, like Groundhog's Day passed. Why am I so obsessed with Groundhog's Day as a holiday? It literally is like, it's marked on the calendar for me. It's like, instead of Valentine's Day, it's like, oh, February, like Groundhog's Day. Why? But yeah, Groundhog's Day passed. So, you know, now it's time to like do some cleaning. I opened the window, the door for the filming of this episode, just because I felt like, let's let in some fresh air, you know? You will notice that my outfit as well follows suit. So we're going to talk about all of that. And of course, my detox smoothie, which is literally called The Diet Starts Today. It's from Acai Ya Later in Hoboken, which sounds like something I would own and something I would like coin, like with all my cheesy, stupid names, like me outfits, like Acai Ya Later, you know? So anyway, we'll talk about that smoothie as well, and we'll get into all of this. But I did need help cleaning out my closet. So this episode is called Detox Smoothie and Closet Clean-out, and I talked to Caitlin Jaymes, who is a celebrity stylist and expert closet organizer, who really gave me some tips. And it's funny, she actually gave me tips literally like minutes before I started to pack up all of my shit. So I did everything with her tips in mind. And I will say that it was life-changing. I've moved many times before. I've moved 3 different times in the past 3 years, and moving has never gone so smoothly as it did this time. And I really think that's thanks to Caitlin. So let's talk about the outfit behind the shoes themselves, and we'll try my detox smoothie so I can start detoxing as I'm talking. And then we'll talk about we'll flash to my little segment with Caitlin, and you'll learn so much about closet organization, and I'll tell you kind of what I did to bring my shit on over here and what my closet looks like here. You got to see some pictures. It'll be great. Okay, so outfit behind the shoes. This is a cute little Mother Denim set. I love Mother Denim. If you didn't know, Mother Denim is way more than a denim brand. They have some really cool, groovy, kind of 70s inspired collections that drop every now and then, and they're very colorful. I personally thought that this floral stitched little mini skirt, denim mini skirt, and crew neck sweatshirt situation was perfect for like a closet clean out, spring refresh, moving look, right? And spoiler alert, one of the tips that Caitlin gave me when it comes to how she chooses an outfit, and it may just change how I choose my outfit forever, is she like starts with an item. So let's say it's like this set, and she's like, okay, like I'm wearing a sweatshirt set and mini skirt. She goes to Pinterest and types that in and types like sweatshirt and mini skirt outfits and sees what comes up for the rest of her look. And I was thinking like, oh, I would wear this look with like some cute heels, like something like refreshing or whatever. And I actually went on Pinterest and I typed in mini skirt and sweatshirt outfit, and so many other outfits with like socks and sneakers came up. And I was like, you know what's funny? I have this pair of New Balance Ghani collab sneakers that I really have been dying to wear, and I've worn them once. I wore them one other time, and like I felt like they really needed to have their moment. I also figured like, oh, this would look really good color palette wise with a fresh detox smoothie by its side. So we went with these collab sneakers. I'm not wearing any jewelry today because honestly, I'm not that set up yet. I'm not that organized yet. I haven't even set up my jewelry station yet, but I will release some photos to come showing how I'm setting up my spaces when I'm excited about them. So like once my jewelry's all set up, I might snap a photo and post it on Instagram and be like to you guys, look how cute I did this. And then like in a day it will have cat hair all over it and it will be collecting dust, but it's fine. It's fine. So anyway, I'm going to put back on my New Balance Ghani collab sneaker. Love this. And just have you know that Mother Denim is so much more than just jeans. They do make great jeans. I think my go-to like baggy, wide leg jean is Mother. I also have a pair of black denim jeans that obviously black denim jeans, obviously denim jeans are denim, Sarah. But I have a pair of like all black ones from Mother that I love. They're really soft, yet they still have just enough structure. So I recommend Mother as a brand to anyone. So I hope all of this makes sense. And just to tie the smoothie that we're going to talk about now to the outfit and the vibe a little bit more, I'm saying Acai Ya Later to my apartment in Jersey City, and I fucking live in Hoboken now. So I'm really excited. I used to live in Jersey City a while ago, and I was kind of like right on the border. So I always kind of felt like I lived in Hoboken because it was like literally closer to Hoboken than walking to like downtown Jersey City. And so I had like a lot of like my manicure place was in Hoboken. Like there were some other things I did in Hoboken, like great food places I always ordered from in Hoboken. And I'm realizing that like I was actually still a resident of Jersey City then, and now is the first time I'm ever actually living in Hoboken. Like I am your Hoboken resident. I'm your Hoboken podcaster trying to make it. So that's me. I will say that one more comment I want to make about all of my furniture and all of my shit coming over here is that Nick did not let me keep my silverware, and rightfully so. Like he has a lot of silverware. It's weird. Like he has like a normal amount of everything else, but then if you look in his silverware drawer, he has like 42 forks, like 42 knives and 42 spoons. And you're just like, what? Are you hosting like dinner parties in your sleep? Like, what is going on? Why do you have so many utensils? But so we decided, like, I don't really need my old black forks that are literally like tarnishing from Wayfair anymore. And now we have silver. And I don't know how I feel about that. And I don't know how he feels about that because we're both gold jewelry and gold metal, gold hardware people. So I do think there needs to be a refresh in there at some point, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just let these collect some cat hair and then we'll throw them away. Anyway, so why was I talking about Silver River? What was happening this smoothie? Oh, so I'm saying Acai Ya Later to the Jersey City apartment. And so I am not a smoothie girl. Let me start out with saying that. I like to chew my food. I feel like we've talked about this before in my Outfit Wheel and Happy Meal episode. I made like my big yogurt bowl with like the peanut butter. That is like my go-to lunch every day. It just makes me so happy. I pretty much have it probably every weekday because it's easy to make. I don't have to like worry about cooking time while I'm in the middle of work. And I just prefer that. But I know a lot of people like detox smoothies and people will have like a smoothie for a full meal. And I didn't know. I was like, where in Hoboken can I even get like a detox smoothie? This one is called Diet Starts Today from Acai Ya Later. And it's on Wash and I'm going to try it. This has, I should also probably look up what it has. Hang on. Interesting. I'm going to explain why. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. So let me, what am I pulling up here? Diet Starts Today is a 24-ounce smoothie with spinach, pineapple, mango, and pineapple juice. Now, I decided to get this because I felt like this was most detox and you can create your own smoothie at Acai Ya Later. But it overwhelmed me because there were so many different things and I was like, what really is a detox smoothie? Like what goes into a detox smoothie? I don't think these ingredients make for a detox smoothie. I would expect like cayenne or ginger or something in there, but I just was like diet, detox, D. So I got this one just to test it out. And I did want to give like Acai Ya Later the benefit of the doubt and see what concoction has become popular there that people just love, right? Now, here's the thing. I don't like pineapple juice. So why would I get that? I don't know. I like pineapple, the fruit. If I have too many pieces, it does make my tongue a little numb after a while, but I still like it. But I love mango. I eat frozen mango chunks all morning long. Like when I like don't have time to like get up and make my lunch yet and I'm like just grabbing a quick coffee, like I have another meeting, I'll like shove some mango chunks in my mouth. I don't know when and how I became aware of frozen mango chunks, but I just eat them as a snack. And so I thought like, okay, like this has spinach, check, like it. This has pineapple, check, like it. This is mango, check, like it, and pineapple juice. And I was like, I don't like pineapple juice, but let's just say Acai Ya Later to some of my old ways and try it. And I like this smoothie. I think I like it even more because it has a purple straw. I just think there's something about that. And like, it does really match with my outfit. Always, when a drink matches with my outfit, I always like it at least like 10 points more. But my thing about this is that it does really taste like pineapple juice. And like, even like if cocktails are being made, I'll be like, oh, like count me out for pineapple juice cocktail. But you know, I went for it. I like it. It does feel really fresh. It really does. Like this would be a diet food for me if I wasn't eating lunch, but like I'm going to still eat lunch too. So I don't think that like my diet really starts today, but my closet clean out is in the works. So before we introduce Caitlin to you, let me start by saying Caitlin is an awesome person. She is funny. She is like very personable. We had a great chat together. I really enjoyed talking to her and getting to know her. We like vibed on so many fashion tidbits that exist in the world. And one of the things that she's really excited about right now that she just launched is this bikini bag. It's like an organizer for if you're going on vacation. It's eco-friendly. It's clear and plastic, so it's really easy to like, let's say you're packing like 5 different swimsuits and you don't want your swimsuits to like, I don't know, get all tied up with your jewelry in your suitcase or whatever it might be. You just throw each of these swimsuits in your bag in these clear plastic little baggies and you know which swimsuit you want to reach for. It's really packable and easy. Men love them too. They're big enough so that let's say your swimsuit has like a few different pieces, like, you know, or it's just like a thicker fabric. It will fit into this bikini bag. Anyway, that's what she's currently like really excited about that she's working on right now. You should also follow her just for her social media content. She's really funny. She played a little game of like asking men what they think about fashion trends the other day, and I loved that reel. So good. So I want you to go ahead and listen to our conversation. her tips for organization, and then come on back and I'm going to show you and talk you through like how I ended up setting up my closet based on Caitlin's advice. Let's start with like, what are the basics? What are like the rules you live by?
I would say like my biggest rules of when you're starting to do an edit, always do it before organizing, because you obviously don't want to organize things that you're not keeping. One, do not take everything out of your closet at once. That is like, I think that we see that on Instagram and on like TV, because I mean, it's kind of like, it goes without saying, it's like the anxiety factor of like, what have I just done? I always say like focus on categories, because you really are doing a closet edit to also see what your wardrobe is missing, obviously to get rid of things too. I have a whole checklist on my website that helps you kind of figure out what to keep, what to get rid of. Questions in that checklist may go from, does that piece make you excited to get dressed? If it's a piece that you know they're not even in like your top 10 things that you would wear in a day, then it's probably a sign to get rid of it. Could the piece, obviously is the piece stained? Is it damaged? I always say to have wardrobe inspiration photos while you're getting dressed, while you're editing your closet. So if you're in the maybe section of pieces you don't know if you should keep, if you can actually find those pieces in your fashion inspiration photos, usually a sign to keep them. And then we can even talk about like, how would you style like a maybe, piece that was in your closet? Because I do that all the time when I'm like in a rut. Yeah. So those quick tidbits for editing, and obviously we can get in deeper if you want to, and then with organizing, like, I just think that there's no right or wrong. Like, I think the Instagram versus reality of organizing, like the pretty folds and the beautiful walk-in closets, like, it has to be something you can maintain. So if you can't maintain it, it's honestly not an organizing solution for you. So I think that my goal is always to find the best kind of in between function and aesthetic. So any organizing tool that's functional, but it's also aesthetic, like maybe a pretty decorative bin, or choosing white hangers versus black hangers. Those little things make you more excited to do it and to also maintain it. So that's kind of like, I was just trying to think, how do I put that into a quick elevator pitch? But I guess that's my like quick little spiel on the two.
No, that was so great. And I feel like I learned so much even in that like short period of time. Like, I love the idea of having like a mood board of like, these are like really the looks that I'm feeling right now. Like, let me see if these pieces even match up with that. However, what do you think about like trends? Like, let's say someone's really into the mob wife aesthetic right now, and like by spring, that's gone.
I think that it is like the biggest exercise of self-control when you can walk past something in a store or walk past a trend and be like, that is so cool. I will never wear that. I do not need to waste money on it. That has taken me years and years. And obviously for what my industry is as a stylist, like, I want to try out every trend. I also feel like I need to. So it's honestly taken me, I would say, up until like the end of last year to be like, I do not need to try out every single trend in order to maybe style someone with the trend. I think that the best way to do it is, one, by doing it with accessories. So like, for example, like red was a huge thing for the fall. I knew that like I'm a neutral girl, so I know that like I'm not wearing like a whole wardrobe of red in color. Right. So instead, I got like a pair of red ballet flats. I got like a little red handbag. Accessories are the best way to do it. But I will say, if there is a trend, like let's say you live in New York and you love this like mob wife. I mean, mob wife is hilarious to me because it's like what we call blue nails, blueberry pink, or like blueberry milk. Blueberry milk. Okay, so it's still blue. Yeah. So it's like we're still wearing like fur coats in the winter if you live in the East Coast, like groundbreaking, But if you're someone like, I live in LA, for example, I just went to New York and I was like, oh God, my fur coats are like not trendy right now. They could use an update, but I'm like, I live in LA. I will never wear these coats. Like, I'm going to make use of what I have, or, I'll just do something else. So I think like finding what is most versatile for your wardrobe based on your lifestyle, I think figuring out your lifestyle and being realistic with your lifestyle will literally help you stop impulse buying probably like 9 out of 10 things in your life. Totally. Probably with anything, honestly. It's probably even beyond fashion. But
yeah, completely. That's such a good point. Like, really knowing yourself, I think, like, helps in this process, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but so what are some, like, in your opinion, wardrobe basics for spring 2024? And like, you don't have to get into trends, because what you're saying about trends is so true, but like, what are the basics that you think everyone needs to make sure that they have in their closet, and like that you wouldn't want to throw out?
Oh, I would always say white tees, like a white crew neck tee. If you do have a V-neck, I will say I would upgrade that. Yeah. So I'm going to be specific and say like a crew neck tee, a scoop neck, and we want them to be like a crisp white. Even like tank tops, like you can pretty much style that with anything. Like even if you're like it's in your closet, it's a little baggier, like maybe tuck it in a little bit more. I would also say a very light wash blue denim, something that looks a little vintagey. I think like that in because honestly, I feel like everybody has different types of denim silhouettes that they like. So again, I'll kind of keep it broad and just say a light wash denim. I think a clean white sneaker, like you should be able to use that and make use of that for anything. I would always say like dainty jewelry. I feel like people forget sometimes about jewelry when they clean out their closet. They're like, okay, we're done. I'm like, well, we haven't done. I see 16 statement necklaces from J. Crew circa 2005, and like we gotta get rid of those. But I would say any like dainty jewelry, like little like bracelets, necklaces that you can layer, like that will amp up any single outfit. Like talking about jeans and a t-shirt, clean white sneaker. I would say an open toe nude heel, and then also a pointed toe nude heel, specifically for spring. I would have those in black too. And then I would say any type of jacket that you can dress up or dress down. So for a lot of people that may be blazers, you can dress down a blazer, you can dress it up, maybe a light bomber jacket. I think pieces like that you can usually style for any event too during the spring.
Totally. Now, before you got this like brilliant and you knew all of this information like the back of your hand, did you ever run into a time when like you got rid of something and you remember like looking back and being like, why did I get rid of that? Like I need that thing in this moment.
I know, that's so funny. I'm trying to think of like a time that maybe I did do that. Like I will say, I think for me, it's honestly like, I mean, it kind of is a little bit against of my, like, I guess, mentality. But sometimes when you did get rid of something, you're like, oh, okay, well, now I can get, like, the newer, cooler version. Because a lot of the time when you keep or you hoard onto pieces and you're like, well, that's going to come back in style in 5 years. When it comes back, it's a little bit different. Like, the low-rise we're seeing, like, we're not styling low-rise True Religions. It's like the low-rise.
Right.
So, like, the trend comes back. I am trying to think, though, of, like, probably shoes. Because I would say, like, shoes are probably the most versatile. Or, like, I will say handbags. For the most part, those are usually cute to keep because if you have kids and you want to pass them down, or those are usually the vintage items that are most likely for you to be able to style throughout the years. So I'll say a handbag.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's probably me too. I feel like I like would get rid of something just because I'm like, oh, I've worn it so much. Or like the opposite, like I really never wear this, so I'll like give it to a friend and then I'll be like, fuck, I need that. Like, yeah.
Wait, oh my God. Wait, no. I know exactly what it was. I got rid of, or I must have lost it. Remember that Tiffany like lock or chain?
Yeah. Yeah, that was every girl's bat mitzvah gift in my town growing up.
No, literally. And I'm so upset because I actually don't know if I got rid of it. It may be in storage. I'm just not sentimental with my items at all. Jewelry I am, but I think I got rid of it. And I'm like, why didn't I keep that for my daughter? Like, how cute to be like, this was my like nice thing that like the first gift my parents ever gave me that was like nice,
Yeah.
was that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I get rid of that? But I don't know, maybe in storage. So I'll get back to it in 5 years when I go through the storage.
That's a great example, though. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone like on TikTok, this is like maybe a couple seasons ago, but like wearing like the Vivienne Westwood necklace. I'm like, I had a necklace just like that. Like, how did I, like, that's such a good point.
It's so funny because like I'll have clients who are like in their 40s or 50s and they're like, oh, see, like, I wish I didn't get rid of the, like, low-rise True Religion or something. I'm like, that is not for you, though. That is for, like, the 20-year-old, the 18-year-old thrifter. You know what I mean? It's not for, like, going to your corporate job in your 40s.
100%. Okay, let me make it a little bit more personal for a second. So because I'm doing this like closet clean out to move into my boyfriend's apartment where we're not going to have a lot of space, what is the difference to you between like a spring cleaning or just being like, you know what, I should clean out my closet this week versus like a cleaning for a move? What is the difference in like aggressive nature that you take to do that?
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good question I've never talked about before. So I think that there's so many times where I work with a client who maybe even has like 3 walk-in huge closets. I just worked with a really big celebrity and you would think like, oh, okay, they have enough room to fit all their clothes. And it's like, no, it still looks really cluttered. And we did a huge purge. And by the time we did the purge, like we walked into the closet and I was like, this is how this closet should always look. Yeah. So like I'll have clients where like maybe you're moving and you're downsizing. Okay. Or like you're sharing now with a partner. Like, okay, so I have to talk to you and be like, listen, what's more important to you? You opening up your closet and you have clean and space and you have room to add, is that more important to you, or is your wardrobe more important to you? So that's kind of when each client differs. I've had a client where literally you could not move a hanger, but she was like, this is perfect. Like, I just needed to get rid of whatever, but like, it does not bother me that my closet's overflowing. So for you, I'm hearing you say like, okay, I have to downsize, blah, blah, blah. So I would say like, we really got to be ruthless and like, you need to look at your new space and see like, what is going to bother me? Is it going to bother me that my hangers are on top of each other, or do I need the space? Spring cleaning to me is more of like, maybe it's like, again, more self-care. It's like you're going through things that you just absolutely don't need. I think that if you're not someone, I edit my wardrobe every single day. I know this sounds psychotic, but it's just easier. Like, as I'm putting on an outfit, like this bodysuit, if I had put this on, I was like, I hate this, I will never wear it. It will go, I don't even care. It's getting thrown in the corner of my room. I'll deal with it like at the end of the week. But spring cleaning to me is like, winter's just over, fall's just over. You can go through and kind of flip through and be like, I didn't wear X, Y, and Z. Why didn't I wear it? Was it maybe just not cold enough? Did I just actually not like it? I couldn't style it, and then you can get rid of it. So it's definitely spring cleaner. Spring cleaning is a little bit more light, and I feel like style focused, and a move is like function. It is like X Games mode, right? It's like you just got to be like super ruthless and like understand, I guess, what your space entails, your new space.
Yup. And I just thought of this because we are talking about it, but like, do you think, and this is the first time I made my wardrobe seasonal for the first time in order to try to fit into this space. Like, I haven't gone through my closet yet, but what I did do was take like the summer stuff that I know I'm not going to wear yet, and I put it into our storage unit. So like, do you believe in closets being seasonal anymore? Or do you feel like fashion has gone to a place where like, it really should be like a one and done thing for year round?
Listen, I don't love seasonal because I really, like, when I'm working with a client, like, if I can find you versatile items, I think that that's, like, a win-win. Like, even, like, a white t-shirt, wouldn't that technically be for, like, warm weather? But you can, right now, we're seeing that, like, you know, all the New York girls, I feel like they were layering, like, a white crew neck under their crew neck sweater, and it was, like, this little tiny detail that was, like, just so cute and trendy. So if that had been in a different closet, we would never have even known to, like, experiment with that. Now, I mean, are you going to be wearing a faux fur coat in the winter? I mean, in the summer? No, probably not.
Right.
So I would understand, like, those items. I would move, but your basics, like, I feel like should always stay. To me, it's kind of, like, dependent on the client. I'm based in LA, so we don't really style seasonally. I would rather separate closets based on, like, fancy and, like, everyday. I think that's a little bit more practical.
I love that idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about like you going to celebrity homes or if you do it a different way, like I'm not sure if you do like closet organization with celebrities through Zoom or whatever, but what is it like to like go into a celebrity closet? Like you kind of alluded to it a little bit before, and like, do you ever feel overwhelmed? Like personally, what are you feeling when you're doing it? How do you start?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, so my closet edits I'll do virtually. My organizing, unless somebody wants like a consultation, like if you were like, okay, this closet, like me and my boyfriend, how would I organize this? Of course I can give a consultation, but there's been only one time where I had a celebrity, and it was recently, and I saw the closet and I was like, I cannot do this unless there's an edit. And for one of them, they were like, okay, they'll edit. And the other one, they were like, I totally understand, because it's like, I'm now at the point in my career too where, and this is just good, I feel like business advice for anybody, but it's like, you know, if you can't deliver a result, it's like not even worth doing it. But I would say I go in there and I just have to be honest now at this point. Like, you need to do an edit for me to make it look good, or if you just, again, want me to like shove it in there and organize it and we'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
I think that celebrities, though, from what I've noticed, they really do like that separation between like event wear and then their everyday wear. And I think it's because so much of their life is getting dressed up. So it's like their day to day, like they almost don't even want to look at that stuff. Like it doesn't, I know it's just like easy again, but like bring them joy. Like it's probably like work mode for them. Totally. Whereas the everyday person is probably like, I want to get ready, like surrounded by like my dresses and like pretty stuff. So I would say like probably every celebrity closet I've done has always had like a separate glam room or a separate closet. And I know it sounds like very luxe, but I really do kind of feel an everyday person could also kind of implement that, whether it's like, you know, putting rolling racks or like a separate coat closet that you just make like a glam, you know, closet. So I think that's the biggest thing. But I think the process is actually the same for whether you have a walk-in closet or you have a closet behind sliding glass mirrors, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Like, you're really selling it. I feel like it makes, what I've done to separate my closets is like longer clothes go in like the longer closet, but it would still be that mix of like, this is a really casual dress I could wear to the office next to that like glamorous dress I could wear to a wedding. But like, it makes so much sense to separate it.
And you know what? I actually do it for my husband too. I'll do like his event or like work clothes because his job, he usually has to wear a suit. So like, okay. I think it's also like helpful for maybe someone, if you have a partner that's not organized, to be like, if it's fancy and you're not wearing this, like, you know, on the weekend or whatever, it's going in this closet, just like put it in there. Because I think like, basically you can get dressed quicker the less options you're staring at. That's why it's nice, like Monday through Friday, if you know you're not wearing a formal ball gown, like why is that even in your like eyesight, you know?
100%. And that actually like literally goes right into my next question, which is about using your closet to choose an outfit. So like, this is what I do. This is like super embarrassing. You can like tell me what you think about it, but I have always, like, for a very long time, I have color coded my closet. So like I'm going to change that now. Like now I'm going to do what you said, and I'm going to do like the fancy, like the going out versus like the everyday. But I used to have like red, orange, yellow, literally like a rainbow. That's what my closet looks like now. And I have like a little wheel. There's like this app called Tiny Decisions, and I have all the different colors in my closet. And to pick an outfit when I have no inspiration pre-existing, I spin the wheel, and let's say I land on green, I make myself like wear something from the green category. And if I can't find anything, I'm like, okay, you have to eliminate a piece. But what?
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That could be like a game show.
It like, it's fun for me.
It's a game show for you.
Yes, like it literally is. And I have fun doing it, but like, I'm starting to get tired of it. I feel like in the sense that I'm like asking myself when I'm going to pick like a green thing, like, do I really need this? And I'm like trying to rationalize it. And I just feel like I need a refresh. So maybe how do you go about picking an outfit when you don't have like that pre-existing, oh my God, I saw this outfit on Instagram and I really want to wear it. I'm just going to recreate it. Like, what is your tactic?
Yeah. Okay. So your method, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would just be like, wow, that is a lot of brain power when you're running late for work and you're like,
yes.
What am I wearing in 10 minutes? Or like, I feel gross. You know what I mean? Like, I think especially with women, like some days we're just like, I need like the comfortable, or not even comfortable, just like kind of comfort outfit that I know I look good in.
Yes.
So I would say, of course, Pinterest is my go-to, like, only because, like, if there's, like, let's say a pair of shorts in my closet, I'm like, I need inspo for this, I'll type in shorts. If I'm feeling preppy that day, I'll type in shorts preppy. Pinterest gives me a million things. I can usually make an outfit. Now, let's say you're like, okay, you don't have access to Pinterest, you have no fashion inspo picture saved. I would go into your closet. And usually, remember seeing those memes like last year a little bit, that it used to be that you would do like a skinny tee with like a fun top.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the going out inspo.
Yes.
Now it's kind of like a fun pant and a simple top. So instead of looking at tops, I always look at bottoms and I'm like, okay, what do I want to wear today? If it's a wide leg jean or a pant that has like a lot of volume, maybe like a baggy trouser, I know that I need a slim top or at least something I can tuck in to be slim. So for example, today I'm wearing these I have a spray tan, so I'm very excited. I'm like, I'm in shorts. And I have these like baggier shorts, and I was like, okay, but now I know that I need something tight with it. I'm going to just go for a bodysuit. I was like, it's just easy. I don't have to figure out what. So now I've already created an outfit that just took me 2 seconds. So I always call that like the outfit recipe. If you're someone listening and you're like, but I want to wear skinny jeans today. To me, that tells me that we don't want to do tight and tight, so we want something with a little bit more volume. So maybe I still would do a bodysuit, but now I'm putting on like either a trench coat or a baggy or blazer or some type of jacket with some volume. To me, that's like, again, the outfit recipe. It's all about balance. So I think balance, if you can figure out that one thing, you're like 9 out of 10 times you should be able to create an outfit. I
love that. I'm literally stealing everything that you're saying right now because
please.
So that's the other thing is like, this is part of like the outfit formula thing I have. But once I find the piece and I'm like, oh, it's going to be these like green heels, whatever, like something like random. I go on Net-a-Porter actually. And I just love their styling. So I use Net-a-Porter as my Pinterest, but I'm going to switch to Pinterest because I do feel like Net-a-Porter is a certain style, right? And it's like, let's say like I wanted that heel, but I want it to be bohemian today or something like that. Like you may not get that. And I feel like Pinterest just like pulls all of your options into an easier place, kind of.
I think it does too, and that's so funny. I actually use Net-a-Porter all the time. Like, I always say, like, I think they style their things the best. Same with Reformation, but you kind of, obviously, you have to have the Reformation pieces. Net-a-Porter is a little bit broader.
Yes.
But I totally agree. I don't think that it would work for the everyday person. That's, like, not really into fashion. So I think Pinterest is literally like Google. I wish Pinterest could be, you know how, like, your default is like Google, and mine should be Pinterest. Like,
yeah.
I just use it like Google. I'm like, it tells me everything. Or TikTok. Like, obviously TikTok is a great search engine too.
Yeah.
Where I get all my facts.
I love that. That is so funny. Okay, so I know that you said that, like, it's really all relative to the person, but how do you personally like store your belts and shoes and bags and accessories?
I love anything. I feel like once I graduated college, like, there's so many things. I mean, I lived in, like, a dorm and then a sorority, so I was like, all these, like, storage solutions I think are, like, so juvenile, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't like any of, like, the belt hooks or, like, things that get hung in your closet, like, anything, like, a over the door, which I know in New York it's different, but, like, over the door shoe racks, like, to me, like, those look like it's meant for, like, a college dorm room. So I like anything that I would see in, like, a boutique. So for my jewelry, I use felt trays. And I might stack them, but they have, like, little squares. You can put your ring in them. I do the same thing for belts. I just get them that are a little bit wider. I put all my belts there. And then bags, for me, again, I don't have, like, a huge space I'm working with, so I do acrylic shelf dividers. You can use these actually for, like, anything that you're storing that's folded, maybe clothes on a shelf. But they're literally just these acrylic little dividers, and they slide right on your shelf. So
I like that.
If you're moving, make sure you don't get the ones on Amazon that stick to your shelf, because it's so hard to take off. Get the ones that slide on, but they keep your bags upright.
Okay.
If you're someone that you're like, okay, I want my closet to look super luxe, I'll use acrylic purse stands. That way all your purses are facing outwards, so it really creates, like, a nice display. I just think both are kind of dependent on space, but I really try to not, I know everyone always says, like, but your bags and shoes, you should keep in desk bags and desk free, and it's like, but they're so pretty and you want to look at them, and if you can't see them, you're not going to be able to, style them. So I would rather once a week, like, use, like, a little Swiffer and, like, dust off my stuff and to keep them all, like, protected, and it doesn't look nice.
That makes so much sense. I know exactly what the acrylic things are that you're talking about, those dividers. I'm gonna get them, and we'll link them in this episode too, because, like, they are really so good, and they look really pretty, and it is like space saving because it kind of condenses them. So.
1,000,000%. It keeps everything upright. Like, my husband has all his sweaters folded on a top shelf. But, like, is he refolding them? No. Like, he's throwing them. But, like, I put the dividers between each thing because I was like, this is driving me nuts. But at least if there's a divider in unfolded messy sweaters, like, it looks nicer than just, like, a pile and a clump. So
totally,
they're good for anything.
Totally. Well, thank you so much for having this conversation.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
I hope you really enjoyed that conversation with me and Caitlin. I had so much fun, again, talking to her about everything and really learning from her. I found so many things that she said to be interesting. First of all, I think it's so cool that she gets to help, like, celebrities style their wardrobes, right? Like, it just, I was picturing her literally helping, like, Glenn Powell, like, organize, like, his manly wardrobe, and, like, picturing, like, a big room turned closet. Literally, like, probably the size of this apartment is, like, what a celebrity closet looks like. And she got to just, like, roll in racks and, like, make it all themed and, like, touch all of their incredible clothes, One of the things that she said about what celebrities do, and I was like, oh, I want to feel like a celebrity. Maybe I'll do that too. Literally just for kicks, is separating. So I'd never made my closet seasonal before, as I mentioned, but I found it really interesting that she separates, like, in her mind, the fancy going out clothes should be separated from, like, the everyday wear to work clothes. Like, this would be more of an everyday set because it's more casual. But, like, tonight, if I go out to dinner and I'm wearing, like, like a little black dress and it's, like, made of silk, like, maybe that's in the fancy category, right? So I did actually take that tip from her, and I basically started my closet with, like, the more casual. I kept my color coding because she seemed to like how my closet was color coded. She didn't say anything negative about that. So I'm still gonna do my, like, color wheel thing, but I'm going to look on Pinterest for how other people style their looks, because we can't all be Net-a-Porter shoppers in the end. And, like, I don't have, like, luxury items that Net-a-Porter may be styling with, like, this great sweatshirt or whatever, right? So like it's helpful while I can still go on Net-a-Porter and be like, oh, here's an orange top. Like what are they styling with orange tops? It might be more helpful for me to see like real women out in the world, outfit selfies, street style pictures that are on Pinterest. So I'm going to take a tip from her and start planning my outfits that way. And I'm going to organize my clothes from like the casuals to then like the fancier. So I know that like if I'm going out and I spin my outfit wheel and it lands on red, well, I'm going out and it's nighttime. So I'm going to start by looking at the right side of the red section, which has more of the fancy items, right? You don't have to be as crazy as me, but I recommend it. Just kidding, wink, wink. But when I wink, wink, I blink, blink. It's like very weird. I don't know how. I was like doing this with Nick the other night. Like I like can't, when I do anything on this side of my face, totally fine. Winking all the way, right? When I do something on this side of my face, my mouth chimes in. It just has to like make some expression. My mouth can't sit still if I'm trying to do something with my right eye. I don't know. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what disease that means I have, but probably something. I'll look it up later. Anyway, so those are the things that I am taking from Caitlin's advice. I did still organize my closet by color. Right now, Nick and I are waiting on one other wardrobe to come. It's kind of like a space-saving wardrobe / armoire like thing. And once that comes, he'll be able to move all of his shit out of the closet so I can completely take over the closet. And then my bags will be able to hang, as is. Now, I also really liked what Caitlin said about taking your bags and your shoes that you really, like, they are designer items and you really should, you can keep them in dust bags. Like, she has nothing against dust bags, but she loves being able to look at them, and she feels that, like, being able to look at them encourages her to wear them a little bit more. And I followed suit. So I actually went ahead and bought, I will link them, but on Amazon, the dividers that she's talking about, those acrylic bag dividers. And I'm going to organize my bags in those dividers and just try to like dust the bags often and make sure that, there's not like a load of cat hair on them. We'll save that for the silverware. But I really liked that idea too. I think that like my bags, my designer bags, they are always like stowed away under the bed, or they were historically. And I never really I never got excited by looking at them. Like, I love my Prada bowling bag. And like, if I saw that every day, I'd probably like try harder to revolve the whole outfit around it, Or like I would pre-spin the color wheel for myself and be like, okay, blue, like you're going to wear a blue bag today. It's going to be that Prada bag. Like, so I think that's a great tip. What else did I do? Well, so Nick and I are also getting a new bed. We're getting a bed from Pottery Barn. It's literally called the Big Daddy bed, and it comes with storage. We both love wood, and it's a wooden bed. And we were like, this is a good investment piece because we're probably going to have this forever. And it has drawers, right? So you can, it's like a bed with drawers, the space savingness that comes with that, made up that word, but whatever, is huge. So, I mean, I just think that there are so many things that you could put underneath your bed, even if it's just like underwear and like socks. Nick and I also he has this like really big, kind of like, it's not a bookshelf, but it's just like a big like wall unit of shelves, right? And so we got those like woven baskets and we put some of our things in there. So I have like my thongs in there, for example, like my quick grab and go, like everyday underwear, like a pair of socks for workouts, like things like that. So we also have that organizer situation. And then we bought a lot of the hangers that just like, you put it on and then it has all these hangers fall down with other hangers. So you can just, I like to do my bags on that, like my more lightweight bags where the handle's not going to break. And I think that that's a really great, option as well if you want to space save a little. Nick and I are kind of like confused about. Also important to note is that Nick and I have downstairs this storage locker. So if you are living in a small space, but you happen to have a garage or a place where your car is, like this storage locker is awesome because all of my workout clothes are in there. So I now have like a storage locker downstairs for my workout clothes. And I just will go downstairs the night before and be like, oh, what do you want to wear tomorrow? Probably this Peloton set, whatever. And I go and I take it. And diet starts today, like go downstairs and get your workout outfit. Don't make a fuss, Sarah. That's what I tell myself while I'm living in the small apartment. But it's worth it to be living in Hoboken. And that's my point. Like, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to be your resident struggling podcast host. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you liked any of Caitlin's advice, if you're going to go ahead and take it when you organize your closet or choose your outfits in the morning. We'll have another episode for you really soon now that I'm in my space and I can film again. Yeah. Sorry, Trish was kind of MIA. I think she's warming up to this couch. Trish loves couches, but she really needs like to do a lot of like the rubbing, her gland, like that gland that like claims ownership over the couch before she can like really sit here often. So she'll be around. All right, I'm gonna finish my detox smoothie. See you later. Megan, make a slurping sound when I slurp it at the end. Get a slurping sound in the bag.